Fight! Set the rules.
Hey everyone, I will be casting. I just want to cast a real quick game that NYK sent me that he played against our Filipino Grandmaster Ender. It was a pretty entertaining game from my understanding, so I'm going to open it up and get it going. Again, just want to thank everyone that cruises in, tunes in, everything that you guys do for me. I mean, it's absolutely amazing the amount of support I keep receiving from you guys. So I appreciate it very much. And like I said, I want to keep making as much good content as I can for you guys, and just kind of basically, yeah, I want to just show my gratitude for everyone. So appreciate you guys very much, and thanks for tuning in, thanks for supporting the channel and all that. So without further ado, let's get into this game. Like I said, NYK sent me this replay. It's our Grandmaster NYK versus our Grandmaster EnderR. EnderR has just dominated the SEA region and is doing a phenomenal job this far. And he's got some great tournaments that he's going to be playing in 2016. And he's doing such a good job with it. And he's a top contender, that is for sure. Same thing with True. True did a great job at GSL and everything else. So our Southeast Asia and Asian teams are doing very well, our players. So anyways, let's get into the game. So spawning in our bottom right position, it is our red Zerg player from Psistorm Gaming. It is EnderR. And spawning in our top position, it is the blue Zerg, also from Psistorm Gaming. It is NYK. Now this is King Sejong Station. They just brought this back. It's an old map. They brought it back for this new map pool. I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's just because I'm not as good as these players are. So we do see that EnderR does go for pull hatch and gas before hatchery, or excuse me, pull gas before hatchery, but on the flip side, NYK does decide to go for hatchery before pool. However, they both have very similar gas timings, just because they definitely looks like they're going to try to do for these speedling rushes. We'll see once EnderR gets to that. There we go, 100 gas. EnderR decides to go for the speedlings, and on this map, it's such a short distance that the speedlings are going to do a phenomenal job. We do see a couple lings already out. I think they're going to be more defensive lings just to try to deal with any kind of harassment that NYK might send out. So it looks like EnderR is going to send those links across the map just to get a kind of idea of what is going on. Right now, we do not see any form of separation of different kind of builds that either player wants to go. Do see Psistorm Gaming, NYK going for double queen right off the bat, and EnderR is just going to be trailing behind with only one queen. And NYK definitely wants to have more queens, more larva production. I wanted to see if EnderR is going to try to do this 3-hatch trick that we've been seeing him do, at least I've been seeing him do it quite frequently, where he puts like a third hatch, like it would be like right here, and it kind of helps with the creep spread and all that good stuff. So we do see both going for Banes basically similar times. These are teammates, so they do share each other's builds and they do watch each other, so I wouldn't be surprised if NYK knows EnderR's build by heart at this point. We do see an extra spine just going down for defensive for NYK. He knows that it's probably going to be similar builds. He does, he did scout around a little bit with these overlords. But so far, just a pretty standard play. I mean, there's a huge hole here. There's a huge hole here. So if NYK, or excuse me, EnderR wanted to send a lot of lings in, he'll have a hard time dealing with it. And, so we do see the third, is that third or is that the lair? Yep. So that's a lair coming down from EnderR. EnderR is going to go into a lair. We might see him either go into roaches or speed banes, which would be kind of fun to see what kind of play he'll be able to do with that. We do see double gas going down at EnderR's natural. And speedlings coming and rushing in to check out NYK's base. EnderR gets a good scout off. Basically sees everything he needs to see. Does see the banes of spine. We'll finish this off. And there we go. So at this point, these Banes for NYK are just kind of camping out here, just kind of seeing if there's going to be any kind of shenanigans, any kind of run buys. We do see NYK throw a lot of lings and try to take out a couple drones. Bless me, not too sure if anyone heard me sneezing. And here comes NYK trying to hide this roach warren here in the corner. But at the same time, we do see a spire coming down from EnderR. It's a hidden spire. NYK does not see it. We do see EnderR scouting to the left-hand side. He's going to see these Banes right here. He's going to know they're coming. He's like, okay, Banes are coming. He needs to kind of do something. Lings kind of sacrifice themselves. These Bangers are trying to get into the Mineral Alliance. They are going to get some great hits. Going to get 3 drone kills and 5 drone kills off of that. As you know, if I knew more about observing, I would be able to tell you exactly what they, how many work kills happen. But sadly, I do not. So NYK did a good, significant damage. Not that much damage. Ender is going to be able to pop back from this no problem. We do see Ender's kind of is going to start just banking into the Spire. Spire's almost done. So when Spire gets finished, he's going to be able to throw out 6 Mutalisks. But at the same time, we have a huge swell of Lings coming across from NYK. And I don't know if Ender's going to be able to get the Mutalisks in time to deal with all this. I mean, the Lings are going to try to get in, but this is a perfect wall off. And NYK is not going to be able to do much with this. He's going to, see that it's only on 2 bases, so he's got to know something's coming up. We do see 5 Mutalisks in production at the moment from Ender. Once his Mutalisk pops, I mean, there's not much NYK is going to be able to deal with this, at least at the present moment. He doesn't even have a layer attack yet. He does have a 3rd base, which is exactly what he needs, because Ender is only on 2 bases. But I don't think NYK sees the Mutalisk yet. They're doing such a good job remaining high. There we go. So now NYK sees the Mutalisk. He's like, okay, you got Mutalisk. I need to start, he instantly goes down Hydralisk Den. And that's exactly what you need to do to counter any kind of counter from the Mutalisk. I mean, he just puts down more Spore Crawlers. He's got 2 in the base, which is great since 2 around his base as well. I mean, so far this is great. It's gonna be a great defensive from NYK. But at the same time, Ender is just floating around, just picking off all of NYK's overlords behind this. Ender is able to take his 3rd base. Now we'll see what kind of damage these mutas can do. It is a surprise attack, but it's no longer a surprise anymore. There is a good number of, let's see how many are there. 2, 4, 6, 11 Mutalisks, and they're just going to start camping around, killing all the overlords that they can. Super annoying supply caps, NYK. And here comes the Mutalisks going to try to come in. He's going to be able to focus down, gets down the creep tumors. As focuses down the queens transfuse each other. Hydralisks pop up and actually stop this attack. I mean, these mutas are pretty much, it's caught off guard. And there's not much these mutas are going to be able to do anymore. They might be able to try to harass here and there, but that's a lot of Hydralisks and a lot of queens in this army. More mutas come join the fight. They're going to try to take out these Lings as they run by. And the Lings try to counterattack here on the left-hand side, or right-hand side, coming from the left. And so these Lings are going to come and try to, there they go. It's going to see them. Here comes Mutas again. It looks like they're trying to bait out the army and then get these Lings to do a quick run by. But at the same, but nothing's going exactly how they needed to. Ender is going for his 1-1 upgrades, but and NYK hasn't been able to upgrade anything yet. He is still 0-0 on everything. There we go. He just now decides to get the +1 range upgrade. The range damage upgrade. Got more roaches, more Hydralisks in this army, which is a great counter to Mutalisks. They just have a lot of roaches, a lot of Hydralisks to absorb that damage, to take that as much damage as they can. These Lings are running by from NYK just to see if they can spot anything. It looks like they're actually going to be able to scout. Do they scout that 3rd base? Okay, they scout the 3rd base, or excuse me, 4th base, and they see exactly what they need to see. Okay, they run in, they're going to try to do as much damage as they can. Again, they're just kind of running around, seeing what they can see. And, they see, okay, exactly what he has. Does see the roaches, sees a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now here we go. NYK's army, roaches and hydras are just, it's a huge attack, and these NYK is not, Ender's not going to be able to deal much with this. I mean, he's going to lose all these mutas if he tries to attack this. We do see a roach warren finally from Ender is finishing, so he's going to make roaches, and he's going to make the, holy smokes, what is he making? Ravengers. Oh my gosh, talking about a brain fart. Ravengers, course of bow, landing on top of the Hydralisk, destroys a lot of those Hydralisks, but at the same time, this hatchery is going to get cancelled, or, yeah, there we go, it gets cancelled. But this army is going to be able to finish. It's a +1 versus a 0-0. And Ender's army is just a little bit stronger at the moment, even though NYK has the bigger army. Ender's army is technically stronger in the way of upgrades. The Ravengers are doing a lot of damage with the Curse of Bile, but they haven't been able to do as much damage as they'd like. The Spinecrawler is doing a great job on that Roach. But here comes more Roaches going to try to attack as much as they can. And here go the Hydralisk, or excuse me, the Mutas are going to come in the back, focus on the Hydralisk, and once the Hydralisk finish, there's going to be no more anti-air from NYK. And this is a pure Roach army at the moment, but there's no ground army left for Ender. Ender's army is completely destroyed. The only thing left are Mutas. The Mutas are going to do as much damage as they can, and NYK is just trying to clean up as much ground army as they can. And it looks like NYK's attack will be stopped here at the moment. These Mutas is the saving grace from Ender's army. Now Ender's army is about to finish the 2-2 with the ground upgrade for range and armor. And there's still nothing left from NYK. NYK does, yes, he does have +1 range damage, but he doesn't have that much. He has a lot of mutas, but they're not that strong. He needs the armor for the mutas. He desperately needs it, especially since the ground army for Ender is going to be 2 of 2. But from behind this, Ender decides to take this more forward base as his fourth base, and here comes NYK to try to do a sweep around, try to do some kind of Ling run by, and NYK does take his fourth. So both players are on even bases. It looks like, for the most part. These mutas are coming here. What a great! They're going to stop these lings. There we go. Just land on top of these lings. They're going to destroy all these lings. Most of these lings. What a great job! If you notice, Ender came from the left side. He went up this ramp as he sent his roaches, hydras here to force the links up north and ran right into the hydralis or the mutas. So here comes the mutas. Are going to pretty much attack a just undefended base. He's going to try to do as much damage as they can. He's going to force this army to return. The Queen is not going to be able to do much. He might be able to transfuse the Spore Crawler, but he's not going to be able to do it in time. Spore Crawler is going to drop. Spore Crawler drops and kills the last bit of the mutas. Now here comes the Queen. And the Spore Crawlers, there's doing a lot of damage with this. This only thing left is the Spore Crawler. But here comes the army. Going to try to attack. Ender's going to try to take out. NYK is going to try to take out Ender's fourth base. If he takes this out, he's going to be so far behind. He's going to takes it out with relative ease. Here are lurkers as well. These mutas are still in the back, trying to do as much damage as they can. The Queens come up, try to take it on. One more hit. The 2 mutas left, and just a lot of lurkers here. Lurkers are completely undefended at this. Roaches attack it, but they haven't been able to do that much, man. These lurkers are just doing the saving grace again. As much damage as they can. With this, here comes the split the army in half. NYK sends the army half north, half south. The south part has the roaches, so the north part has 0 roaches, 0 army to deal with this. And Ender decides just to, say screw it, I'm just gonna go up north. So Ender sends his army up north, and he sees there's a little bit of links here. There's going to be a lot of roaches popping out here in a second. But kind of turned into this base trade. It's this really wonky base trade because the lurkers are here defending this fourth base. Ender needs to bring these lurkers back, and that's exactly what he's doing. These, Ender's roaches are just completely destroying almost all of NYK's bases, but at the same time, here comes NYK. NYK is just trampling Ender's army. They're going to fight on top of the lurkers. Not the greatest idea to fight on top of these lurkers, but the overseers are here to snipe everything down. And that's the last little bit of Ender's army. And I don't know if NYK is going to commit to this or what he's going to try to do. As we see, Ender has just put all his eggs in the basket, decided to go. There's a crap ton of mutas, and NYK is not going to be able to deal with this. This turned into a base trade, and NYK has nothing. He's got enough for 1 roach, and that is going to be it. And unfortunately for NYK, I think this is going to be game over. I don't think he's going to be able to finish this in time. There's going to be so many mutas out at this point that he's not going to be able to do as much damage as he wanted to do. He might be able to take out this hatchery, that's great. But Ender needs to do a lot more damage, needs to come together and just really finish off this hatchery is the first and foremost. And just rush up the ramp and just kill all those units. These mutas are just going to go across the map. Here comes roaches. GG gets called for NYK. NYK calls it quits. Even though I think he could have, rushed it up. But, he wouldn't have been able to take care of those mutas. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. NYK versus Ender. Ender did such a great job. I say this nicely, he's countered NYK perfectly and just kind of was very patient. And one thing I've always said with NYK and Ender, that they're so patient. They're just so incredibly patient. And Ender just, put all his eggs in the basket with the mutas. And the mutas end up being a saving grace. So that was GG gets called by NYK, and Ender takes that. There's a little bit of show match. We are putting our players against each other, try to hype up the Psistorm Cup that is taking place this weekend at the Cave in Virginia. I'll be flying out tomorrow to Virginia to be able to cast it